Hey guys, pick up from Black Bear Custom Kydex. I got a video on a couple of sheaths that I just made for Jep over at JOA Knives. I'll link down below in the description box to his YouTube channel as well as his Instagram page if I can find that. So Jep had contacted me originally about buying a sheath off me, and we got to talking. He said he's a YouTube reviewer, and so I said, you know what, why don't I just send you some sheaths? I'll build you a couple custom sheaths and you can just do a review on it, and so we'll just do an even trade there. So we're both benefiting, hopefully cross exposure, all that good stuff. So he sent me a couple cool knives. One of them in particular I thought was really interesting, just because I'd never seen it before. But this thing, and I'm not going to talk much on it because I don't really know anything about it. But all I know is it's Venandi. I don't know if that's the model or the brand or whatever, but I like the knife a lot. It's got a little bit of a belly on it. Just a cool thing. He's got JOA stamped in there. So yeah, I have no idea what the blade steel is or the maker. There is a little, yeah, there's a maker's mark there, but I don't recognize it. Anyway, seems like a nice knife. Pretty cool. Reminds me a little bit of a Tops Bob or something like that. But he'd asked if I could make him a sheath with orange Kydex and a black leather scout strap. So we got that here. The oranges don't match perfectly, but it's actually a close enough match that I think it looks good. Sometimes you get like just enough off that it's like the SE orange. I think doesn't really go well with orange Kydex. Orange Kydex in this light also doesn't really show up too well. Keeps looking like it's almost a yellowish orange, but it's a pretty deep orange. Anyway, we got a good ballistic one-handed draw on this sucker. Nice little click in. And as it is right here, you can hear that there's a little bit of a rattle. The reason why is because he also asked if I could put a slide lock on it. You can't really see the slide lock because of the scout strap, so I'm gonna take that off. So right here, just like the factory SE5 sheath or SE hungless sheath, there's a milled slot with the Chicago screw in it, and the slot is tapered. The two pieces are tapered, so as you come up toward the mouth of the sheath, it's more open. As you go in, it's more closed. So as you pull this, it forces the two layers closed, and you can actually do it pretty much one finger, pulling from the one side. I still feel better getting both fingers in there, personally, to get, just to max out the lock and get it as tight as possible. But yeah, once it's up there and these two layers are pinched together, they won't be able to spread apart because that screw is going to hold it shut, which means that when you go to try to draw this, the amount of force it takes is multiplied significantly. Now with these, it depends on the geometry of the knife, and it certainly depends on the handle material. Is it smooth? Is it rough? This, that, the other. So with this one, there's not a ton of contour. I've also cut a pretty deep finger groove here, and this is a very, very smooth material. Ooh, there it is. That was a big one. This is a very, very smooth handle material. So right now where it's at, it is very, very tight. It's very difficult to draw, but you absolutely could still draw it with enough force. That said, you're definitely not going to draw it one-handed when it's on your belt, because the scout strap is going to allow you to move it around your belt. So I don't know, maybe you've got strong enough thumbs. I think mine might be just about strong enough to pull that off, and I've got like freakishly strong hands, so who knows. But the point is, the slide lock, all these locking mechanisms, they can be overcome when you're still talking about Kydex, because Kydex is a flexible plastic. So just bear that in mind. But it does have a slide lock on there for a little extra security. And the other point with a slide lock that's actually pretty good to make is that you can stop it anywhere in the slide. So if you just find that you like the retention to be a little bit stiffer, you can move that up a little bit and find that point. So that's kind of cool. So this one came out looking really nice. Like I said, just the leather scout strap and slide lock. Oh, you know what? He asked me to put a light my fire steel loop on it, so I'm thinking, I knew I had one in here. Alright, oh, that's used. Alright, well, he just wants the loop, so I'll use this guy to make the loop. I'm pretty sure that's the same size. So imagine a fire steel loop down here. Sorry about that, guys. I just realized I forgot to do that. So anyway, we got that, and we have this. It is a CRKT civet Bowie. I think, from all my nature documentary binging, I think a civet is a small monkey or something like that. Isn't that the one that, like, you get the poop coffee? You guys know what I'm talking about? Isn't that like gourmet coffee or something? I might be completely crazy here, but somebody help me in the comment section down below. Alright, so anyway, he asked for a neck knife setup in Coyote Brown, and the stock sheath for this does come with a ball chain necklace, and I was originally just going to rob that off and put it on, but I figured I'd throw a paracord loop on it. This one's OD green, like OD and Coyote together. You got the three classic colors, OD, Coyote, and black, in this little setup. And obviously he can just take the ball chain if he wants to and get rid of the paracord. So I do have that on there. Very generous length of paracord, so you can always adjust it. You can cut off what you don't need. It does have a little double barrel cord tightener on there as well. And there's that. And this one as well has a slide lock. So the slide lock on this one, I think because of the shape, the handle material, all that is actually maybe even slightly more effective than it is on the Venandi. So like I said, as it's toward the tip of the sheath, it's an easy draw. There is a thumb ramp on this knife. It's just a different style thumb ramp. It's a lifted up piece of the Kydex. It's kind of slanted that way for a comfortable purchase on your thumb. So you can absolutely get a ballistic one-handed draw with this thing. And then when you don't want to draw it, you can very easily operate this one-handed. What I'm doing, maybe my hands are definitely a little bit bigger than the average person, but it feels pretty comfortable reach to me. I can put the pommel right in my palm and just grab the two sides of the slide lock and work it down. So that's pretty cool. One-handed operation. I can disengage the slide lock one-handed, although that's probably a little bit inconvenient. But in any event, if you absolutely had to in a pinch, you could use this thing just one-handed. So that's pretty cool. I don't have too much to talk about on this. I'm not terribly familiar with the civet Bowie. I've never used it. It actually reminds me a little bit of, yeah, I can't remember which. I want to say like the Spyderco Delica or something. Doesn't that handle look really familiar? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I got. I'd love your opinions on these knives. If you guys know anything about the Venandi, definitely put some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of it. And definitely give me some feedback on the sheets. You know what? Bear with me. I'm going to press pause. And when I come back, this guy's going to be all set up with a fire steel loop, just so you can see it before it goes out the door. Okay, we are back, and you can see that I put that ferro rod loop on there. It's in black Kydex. I thought that would be the best color match. Looks cooler, I think, than orange would. And Jep, when you use this, brother, I would recommend that you keep this angled sideways. You can see the broad side would be facing downward. The reason why is because it's already kind of far off of the actual sheath, just to give clearance for that leather. You can see it's sticking down pretty far. So I didn't want to move it down any farther. It would just be awkward, I think. But yeah, like that, you'll have 100% clearance there, and simple and easy to use. I'm going to send you a length of shock cord as well, so that you can cut off the paracord on your light my fire and run some shock cord around. And you just want to tie like an overhand knot or something, so that it stays taut within that holder, because obviously as you use your ferro rod, it's going to shrink down and become loose in that holder. So, alright guys, that's what I got for you. If you like these sheaths, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you like the channel, subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of these sheaths and these knives. And I appreciate you sticking around. Tune in for the next one, folks. God bless.